1DoctorGenius, aka Robo Allen, back with another Prodigy video. And in today's video, I'm telling you guys the history of Tower Town. Yes, you guys heard me right, the history of Tower Town. Now, as many of you guys may know, Tower Town was added almost an year ago, and it didn't receive much of a hype, and it was kind of a boring update. So in today's video, I'm telling you guys everything about it, and everything which you guys missed about Tower Town. So yeah, I'm your host, 1DoctorGenius, and let's get straight into our video. As many of you guys may know, Prodigy published a video about Tower Town on their Instagram, so let's watch it.
Once upon a time in the Prodigy world, there was a peaceful land where creatures called floatlings lived. The floatlings spent their days creating Tower Town, where the towers they built stretched beyond the clouds. The floatlings were wise creatures who loved to learn. When they filled one of their towers with knowledge, a beautiful lumen tree sprouted from the top. But one day, the puppet master realized that the floatlings' tall towers and lumen trees blocked its dark magic. The puppet master attacked Tower Town, smashing the floatlings' towers and destroying all the knowledge the floatlings had collected. To keep the floatlings from rebuilding Tower Town, the puppet master used dark magic to create stubborn shadows. The floatlings were heartbroken. All seemed lost. Until now. The floatlings need your help to rebuild Tower Town, grow more lumen trees, and defeat the puppet master's stubborn shadows. Help the floatlings now!
Right, so that's a little bit of history on Tower Town. But let's tell you. Now guys, did you know that floatlings appeared in Prodigy way before Tower Town did? The first floatling to appear in Prodigy was in the Lost Island. Now you guys may be wondering, what is the Lost Island? Well, if you guys look on the map, as you guys can see over here, near the Epic Subspace, you guys may see a tiny island in the back over there. Well, what would happen is, there used to be an island right over here, which used to be about that big, and you could head over there. Now, on the island, there would be one master floatling asking us for our help to help him collect wood. Right, so these floatlings did make a previous appearance in Prodigy, so this leads me to believe that floatlings are as old as the shadow magic itself, or floatlings are as old as Prodigy, because obviously they have some reason to collect wood. Now the next thing is, well, that video didn't teach you everything you need to know about Tower Town. Another thing is, well, then shrouds also exist in Tower Town. Basically, what shrouds are basically this cloud thing which blocks you from building towers if you answer too many questions wrong. Now this all may seem a little bit confusing, so I'll help you guys clear it up by going to Tower Town and showing it to you guys. So if you click on our map and head to Tower Town over here, as you guys can see over here, Tower Town loads up. And now for us, unfortunately, it seems like my Tower Town got reset once again. And as you guys can see over here, we have a bunch of towers. So now you guys notice these trees with the lumen trees already on them, towers with the lumen tree on them. You can't really do much because the puppet master can't cast shrouds. But do you see this tower? You see how this tower is small, right? So if we click the next button, if you guys haven't noticed yet, if you click the next button, as you guys can see over here, it says to add a floor. So you know what, let's add a floor and see what happens. Right guys, so now in Tower Town, what you have to do is you have to keep on answering questions until you answer 10 questions and build the tower, or until you get an achievement which automatically builds the tower for you. Sometimes there's a glitch in Prodigy which allows you to build towers without answering a single question, although it's a pretty slow method, but it's still pretty cool. I think Prodigy fixed that bug, but still. Right guys, so as you can see over here, I have unlocked myself an achievement on my 5th answer. So as you guys can see over here, looks like I got a badge. And now because I got a badge, what will happen is, because I got the badge, as you guys can see, it automatically completes everything for me. And now if you guys look over there, you can see that these, that the floatlings are falling down. Now here's another thing. Now let's suppose you're building Tower Town and you answer way too many questions wrong, right? Let's suppose you end up answering like 50 questions wrong or something. Well, if you answer an enough amount of questions wrong, what happens is that the puppet master may cast a shroud on your tower. And now, is the shroud good? Now, as you guys can see over here, it looks like a shroud has appeared. And now, if you look closely, you guys can see that the shroud has appeared over here. Now there's one thing, you can click the clean button, but here's the thing, you cannot build any other tower in Tower Town if you do not clear the shroud, okay? You have to clear the shroud first, okay? If you don't clear the shroud, well, it doesn't count. Now another thing is, you don't have to answer the questions right. You can answer all of the questions for the shroud wrong and it will still work. So as you guys can see over there, it's at 1 and now it's changed to 2. So you could answer 20 consecutively wrong questions and the shroud would clear itself. And obviously, it would be pretty easy. But guys, if you answer your question right, what will happen is you will be rewarded with the currency over here, right? So let's suppose you end up answering a question correct, so you will be rewarded with the currency based on the tower which you're building. So as you can see, I've just answered another spell correctly, and as you guys can see, looks like we got a Florian. Yeah, that's kind of random. I mean, it's pretty interesting that we got a Florian for some reason. I've never had that done before. I mean, like, usually I'd get currency allotted to the place where I am, but okay. Looks like Prodigy decided to spice things up today. Yeah! So it looks like we've just answered another question correct, and yeah, it seems like Prodigy randomly decides what type of currency to give you and then it sticks to that. So if you guys want to clear these shrouds quickly, well, you can just answer all of your questions wrong. I mean, no one's gonna stop you except your teacher, or if your teacher's not even paying attention, no one can stop you. I mean, you can go on an answer wrong streak and Prodigy will still allow it. I mean, I think they should update the thing for the shrouds to make it so that you don't have to answer all of the questions correct and not incorrect. So yeah, guys, this is the shroud. Now, if you guys don't know, if you keep on finishing shroud answers, and once you defeat the shroud and build a new castle, right? So let's suppose you build a new tower after defeating the shroud. Well, what will happen is something pretty interesting will happen once you do that. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm quickly gonna answer all of these questions wrong, and then I will be back. Right, so as you guys can see, looks like we've cleared the shroud, and once you guys clear the shroud, you guys will be awarded 10 of whatever you use. Right, so as you guys can see over here, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish off this tower and show you guys what happens after. Right, guys, so as you can see, I've just answered all of my questions correct, and it looks like we've built a new tower. So now, as you guys can see, this happens.
Do you want to duel your stubborn shadow?
Do you want to deal with the stubborn shadow? I actually don't want to, but I'll click the OK button because you guys are towerlings. Guys, so if you end up building an entire tower without getting any accomplishments, what can happen is you end up in a shadow battle, in which you basically end up being forced to battle against a shadow which may take 10 to 12 attacks to defeat this guy. And now obviously you guys may know that the puppet master summoned this evil guy in, so we must defeat him at all costs and help our friends win. Right, guys, so while doing this, I forgot to mention, but we also get ourselves currency, right? And now for every question you answer, you get one of each currency, so it's not too much nor is it too bad. Right, guys, so it looks like we've just answered another question correct, and it looks like our power beam is pushing back the shadow. Right, guys, so it's guaranteed that you guys will win. There's no way you can lose. Despite however close you think you're to losing, there's no way you can lose, okay? Right, guys, so I think this is the last question which you'll need to answer before the shadow is defeated. Now, as you guys can see, these shadows are pretty stubborn. I mean, you have to beat them a lot until the light bulb touches the mirror. Right, so as you guys can see over here, looks like we've gotten ourselves an achievement. But despite of that achievement, looks like we've been able to break the shadow curse over the place. And it seems like that we have defeated the shadow magic person which spawned in over there. And right, if this guy doesn't spawn in, you guys don't get your floatlings, right? So you have to make sure that this guy spawns in order to get your floatlings. Right, so yeah, that's basically all of the things which happen in Tower Town. But guys, do remember that these things can happen randomly, and Prodigy still has some sort of bug going around, which basically breaks your Tower Town completely. I mean, this hasn't happened to me in a while. So yeah, guys, I'd recommend you guys check this out, and here's some of the history on Tower Town. Now guys, I hope you guys did find this video a little bit informational, and if you did, don't forget to smack me that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will be catching you all next time. Dr. Genius is going to jump off the tower in Tower Town and land on a soft lumen tree. I mean, just look at these lumen trees, they look so good.